Hail brothers and sisters, my name is Captain Meatshield and welcome back to Satisfactory, where the truck is off on his merry way. Bring me back some nice stuff. It's going to be coal, but I've been sorting things out over here a little bit. I had to readjust the height of the roof to accommodate the height of the smelters, which I think has got it nicely above the height of the miners. These ones might still be a problem, but I don't think I'm going to build this out quite this far. The miners and smelters have all been plugged in and powered, so everything is currently backed up over here, which is quite nice. So all of the outputs are heading in this direction. So what we're going to do is chuck some conveyor lifts on the ends here, fire it all up through the roof. And this does look rather good once all of the smelters are all fired up, because all of the black smoke from them just kind of flares up through all of these little, essentially, chimneys. I quite like the way it looks. I've got a little bit more work that I want to do on it. I want to put some walkways around, so we'll just have, you know, a little bit more stuff to stand on. But this is going to be the next floor, which is going to accommodate all of the constructors, possibly the assemblers. It may end up being even more of a multi-floor thing, because I want to consider expandability for stuff. I've also been dragging foundations out from the main base over that way, over to here, and kind of connecting things up a little bit, because I want to get myself kind of set and ready to go when trains start coming in. But I feel like I might keep the trains on as level a platform as possible. So, I mean, how... This is going to go through the floor, isn't it? Yeah. We can always shift that. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the rails once we actually start building them out and having to do stuff with them. For now, we need to go and inspect the stuff that we need to start getting set up. So let's go and look at the numbers on the constructors that we need. I mean, I could just do this from the map and just look at the beacons. I have to get in very close. So we need 16 doing the alt recipe for screws, and then I can't see the rest, so I've got to check them out this way anyway. Okay, 16 for iron plate. 16 for the alternate screw recipe, and 8 for the rods. Okay, so that's going to be 32, 40 constructors. Better make sure I've got the materials for this. I think I do. I'm going to go and grab some cable just to be sure, because we always need cable. And up we go. Nice. Now, the way I'm probably going to work this is I'm going to set up things so that we can have... Okay, so I need iron plates. They're made 15 per minute, so that's going to work out at 240 a minute. That's not going to be a problem to support with the belts that we currently have. Right, with the alternate recipe for screws, we're going to be producing 1,440 a minute. So let's have a look at our fastest belts at the moment. That's 480. That is exactly 3 belts worth. So, that's going to be an interesting one to try and work out, because 16, well, 3 doesn't go into 16 all that well. Going to leave us with a recurring number. Right, we can work that out at another time. Let's sort out the constructors for the iron plates first. We're going to come over to about here, I want to say. Yeah, we'll do it there. That'll be where we put the first set of inputs, and we're going to do stuff like this, and a little bit like this. Get that out of here. You're not needed. And, now, this is interesting. This is going to work out at a full Mark IV belt if I wanted to supply the entire thing all in one go. Like, all on one line. So we could actually do that. So you know what, I'm thinking that might be what we do. So that is 8 for now, and that there makes 16. It better be. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yes, good. I can at least do basic enough maths to be able to work that out on camera, so that's fine. Yes, hello? You're flying very close. You loud bastard. And I tore up too much of that foundation. Okay, output's all done. It's getting a little bit easier to try and sort all this stuff out with these setups, which is nice. Let's... Ooh, wait. Wait. Damn it. Let's get things in properly, shall we? Oh, hang on. Yeah, I forgot I need to do all the splitters and everything down here first, don't I? This is where it starts taking a little bit of time. One thing that's going to be really good about this little build for... Is that really where I wanted that? I don't think it was it? No, the one thing that's going to be good about this one, belt speeds are really going to help with, certainly the iron plate section of all this. It's going to work really nicely for what we're going to be setting up, because all of the belt speeds are just going to really cooperate nicely. Because everything's going to boil down to, you know, we bring resources in on a Mark 1 belt to these splitters, and it's just that the belts are going to be wonderfully balanced. It's going to be awesome. And we could take that another step further. Put a splitter in on this bit. Right, Mark 1 going into there. And then going into that one, we can just have a Mark 2, because it's double the speed. It's going to work perfectly. Ooh, this is going to be nice. I'm a sad wanker. Right, that is very nicely set up. I don't think I'm going to faff around with splitters too much more on these, because, I mean, I could, like, whack some more belts together, but I think I'm just going to run a central line along this. We'll probably bring the iron ore, the iron ingots in along this kind of tile spot, so we'll stick that there. There, and just drag it all the way along to here for now. Got Mark 4 belts in, so we have a need for speed, and then conveyor Mark 2s into there. Yes, this will do very nicely. Exceptionally chuffed with this build. For now, and wait until it all goes wrong somewhere. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is slap a merger here on the end. We'll merge the belts before we send them skyward through the roof. So bring things through there on the Mark 4. I'll chuck a splitter on the end of this one. Like so. Yeah. We can merge the outputs of this one down that way. Whoa, look at it go! And then... yeah, we'll just remove this bit of roof. And conveyor lift Mark 4. We won't snap it directly on the end, but we will connect things up around here. Ooh, up we go! Fuck yeah! That will go all the way over that way. Right, now, we just need a little bit of belt to connect that up to that. And, whoa! I mean, is it moving so quickly that it looks like it stopped, or what's going on? I don't even know. It's quite bizarre. But it certainly seems like it's feeding into everywhere properly. Oh, fucking jeez, yeah. See what I mean about the kind of chimney effect on this? I quite like it. It would be great if there was, like, the devs were to implement, like, kind of more of a, you know, kind of a physics system for the smoke, where it would actually follow, like, kind of, you know, if you built foundations over its sort of output, you'd see it kind of filter and flow the way the gases do in Oxygen Not Included. Because I always really like that little part of the game, like that little touch to the visual effects and the detail. It was always very good. Okay, so we've got to get all the recipes in, and then we need to power all of this. So that's going to be a bit of fun, isn't it? And I am also going to slap a storage container on the front, or on the end, of all of this. I can't afford that, because I'm out of iron plates. Ah, the irony. The irony! Oh, we're having a good day of it today. I think once I've got this new modular frame build set up... Oh, it's just emptied out again. How's the heavy modular frames doing? Oh, there's still a bit backed up on the belt. Not much, though. But as I was saying, I think once we get the heavy modular frames finished, or the regular modular frames, once we get this new outpost done, I might tear down the old one, just so that we've got some space, some more resources to work with. I mean, you know, it would be good to keep this original stuff up and running until we've got, you know, for example, like the heavy modular frames, once they're re-established in somewhere probably new. I don't know, we'll have to see what I end up doing, because I would like to tear down all of this and rebuild it. But for what purpose? Maybe we could just make like a shitload of iron, reinforced iron plate. Okie dokie. Right. How do I want to bring power up through all of this? I think what I might do, there was ooh, yeah, that's not exactly the best spot for it. There was a little trick I did with some of the steel, the power lines that ran into the steel outpost. Where's the power line that I built on this side? This might do. So what we're going to do, I'm going to remove these and plummet to our death. Or not, because jetpack. And, oh, you absolute fuck knuckle. There. I can't blow you up, can I? Can I? No, just me. Okay, well, it looks like I'm building more foundations on top of this then, aren't I? But if I put a power line here, and then run it directly up, I can then replace the foundation, without it counting as encroaching clearance, and that wire will just go straight up and through. And it keeps it kind of neat and tidy and kind of hidden, which I like. So we can now connect that to this. Oh god, right. And now we should be getting a fuck ton of iron plates. Oh yes, and whoa, hi! Oh, you are close. Oh, I'm gonna be able to land on you soon. That was fantastic. I was not expecting him to be flying over. Oh, it's probably a her, considering the babies. Didn't mean to misgender the massive flying manta ray jellyfish thing. Honest. Sorry! Oh no, it seems that all of the conveyor lifts are being a bit wonky today. There was a patch to install when I sat down to record this, so maybe it's just a bit of a bug, or maybe it's just kind of like a placeholder animation while they're changing things. I don't know. But let's go and remove the iron plates from this setup list, because we've got that done and dusted now. That is all finished. So we pick that up. Then we've got 16 of the alternate screws recipe to do, and then 8 constructors for iron rods. So I've got to figure out how I want to set up the screw stuff. Because my jetpack needs to not be such a fucking fuel sink. But they're all working in unison. That's incredible. The belts aren't going to be able to support full throughput for the entire thing that we need, for everything that we need to produce. I'm trying to figure out how I should set this up, because it's going to be very awkward. Because it's either going to be like blocks of 4, or it's going to be do like a block of 8 and then wait to be able to upgrade belts. But I can't remember how fast the Mark 5 belt is going to be, because I don't think Mark 6 is in the game just yet. So it could prove to be slightly awkward. So I'll tell you what, we're just gonna fucking wing it a little bit. I have an idea. Could prove to be an interesting one. So, stay tuned, folks. This could look interesting. Right. I told you this was going to look interesting. What I've done is I've essentially broken these into blocks of 4. So we've got the 16 constructors we need. So these 4 will work as one little pod. Their belts will merge and they'll come into this space here, and then go off down this way. Then the next 4 form another pod, and their belts will come out and go down this way. And then these 4 and these 4 will have their belts come down out of this way. Make sense? Good. I think. Let's get some fucking infrastructure in place, shall we? And, of course, run out of concrete again. Definitely going to need more of that. Now, we're only going to need 240 iron per minute for this lot, which is not too bad at all. So now I need to figure out how I want to supply all of this stuff, which is going to be... This is going to be an interesting one, I think. But each side of this is going to need 120. So we could again play around with some belt speeds to make sure that we get a perfectly balanced throughput on everything. Right. That should do the trick. So we'll get rid of you, and get rid of you. So we'll feed this with a Mark 1 belt from a main line that will come through the middle. That will then split twice down into 30, and then twice again down into 15, which will perfectly feed all of the machines that are going to be making this, the alternate screw blueprint. So I think that's rather good. Good lord, look at you go! This is gonna be like my new favourite outpost, just because of her flying over every now and then. I say every now and then, just around here every 5 fucking minutes. Right, now this is going to be a fast producing module, so we're just gonna go Mark 4 belts on everything. So the outputs will end up looking like this, and then we can merge and split them as we need to send materials off to the reinforced iron plate production. It's going to look interesting. It's going to be a fun build once it's all finished, I think. But for now, I'm afraid I'm going to have to wrap things up here. We've got a full storage container of iron plate, which is not surprising. I wasn't expecting that to take long, considering how much we've got to produce here. I'm actually quite impressed with this line. It looks very good. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave things off there. I'll get the rest of the infrastructure for the screws set up off camera. I may do a little bit of tidying up, maybe start sprucing the place up a little bit, but I don't want to go overboard with stuff just yet. Once we get around to the next episode, we'll set up all the rod production, get that going, and then we can start moving on to things with the assemblers. So, I'm hoping that by the end of next week's videos, we should have the modular frames here in production. It's just taking a little bit of time, because everything does that in this game when you go on a big building project. But I think it's going to look fantastic by the time it's all done. So, I will wrap this video up here and just say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out the playlist on the channel for more Let's Plays or metal covers, and give this video a like or a comment just to leave your thoughts. And if you wish to join the ever-growing ranks of the Order of the Shield, subscribe on YouTube, chuck me a follow over on Twitch, or maybe even consider checking out my Patreon, becoming an officer within the ranks. But thank you again for watching this video, and I will catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off. Credit chips. Always looking for credit chips. Who has spilled their coffee? That's going to leave a proper fucking stain, that is.